And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
You traded to the Raiders.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Flacco. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll run on 1st down. Martin. There goes Martin, 1st down and more. And he'll be taken down at the 26. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Martin. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said forget about the sticks. We want 6. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled. Partner,
join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now it's Flacco. Incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him, and they squeeze the...
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's Brian Anger now, standing just about on his own goal line. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. With it is Brown. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
They're going to look to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
I want my stats.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Check Mike 21. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
On 2nd down, it's Martin. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
He'll drop to throw. This will be caught by Brown.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Running for it, here's Martin. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Martin, he'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Another tote for the workhorse, Martin. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now it's Martin, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Doug Martin touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They're not ready for this.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Martin. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Carry number 20 here for Martin. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout, Adam. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Raiders, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll limp to the finish line with a final record of 5-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. Start your week by installing your game plan. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup. between the New England Patriots and the Oakland Raiders. So with that, let's get out to the East Bay in Oakland, California.
All right, Coach, so this old place not quite done yet. There is playoff football to be played in the East Bay in Oakland, California. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the New England Patriots. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And the Oakland Raiders. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say a great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Now the first carry for Doug Martin. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Two chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. He's off to a great start here in this first quarter. It seems like this defense is probably going to have trouble containing him.
I would agree with that. I love the observation. And here's the thing. Their game plan coming to fruition. You knew that they came in thinking that they could run it, and now they're proving that they can and doing it in a big way.
And the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
An excellent year, obviously, because they got the open week, had the bye. But the one thing you always worry about, the rust factor. And I had a coach say to me one time, when you have that open week, you often think about scrimmaging so you're ready to go the next week, but you know you can't. So you cross your fingers and hope your guys are ready to roll.
The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And they're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career. But that will to win, he's had that probably since birth. And it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. The drive starts with a run by White. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
And this is a unit that has to feel good about itself. Got the win last week in the wild card round, and oftentimes we say you want to get the open week and get some rest, but many times we see the upsets happen with a team that won the week before and has momentum on its side. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing is Brady on third down. This is White on the screen. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete to Doug Martin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Here's Martin. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Doug Martin. 51 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with a Doug Martin touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
72.
From the 44, Brady. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. 21-0 our score after one.
Wait, that's 20. 54. Ready? Hey, ball 66.
From midfield, here's Brady. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Brady. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady deferring the White on the draw. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Check. 6-man. Check curl.
To throw on 3rd down. Brady. He's got White here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Doug Martin now gearing up to go again here on offense. And he is inching closer to that 100-yard mark.
And that's the goal. That's the benchmark that every runner in the NFL is trying to get to. And he's locked in on it pretty well right now.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. He'll look to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. This is Richard. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw will turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
He'll look to throw. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw here. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Dante Hightower in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On the draw, Richard. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. The decision to go for it on 4th has worked out twice on this drive already. Here we go again on 4th down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Ryan Grant there to make the grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So that one, a 13-play drive in total. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Julian Edelman and the rest of the offense back onto the field now. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. To throw again on 2nd down, Brady. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, kick.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And we turn our focus to Doug Martin. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And break. The tight end's got it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Doug Martin in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to pour it on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken just inside the 10. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You've got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping it on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Looking to throw. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 24. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Wright. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. A solid first half for him, and so far a good start to the second half.
And I'm going to try not to go overboard with praise here, but I can't help it. He is playing so well. Really accurate with the ball, finding guys open downfield, and finding the end zone 3 times. That'll help offset the 1 interception.
Absolutely. Just that 1 pick with the 3 touchdowns so far. Going to look deep for Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They run, Martin. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Again, it's Martin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Martin. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
They'll set up to throw. And it is incomplete. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Brady now on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
I got you. Reload.
To throw again. Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Vontez perfect. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 36. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team, when the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what there's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
they are more athletic now than ever before. Talking about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. Brady now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. That throw by Brady incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On 2nd and 10, Brady, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing now is Brady. And that will be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Doug Martin now gearing up to go again here on offense. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so low in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
25 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag. That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom, he took advantage of it. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On 1st down, Richard. Ooh, with a juke. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Richard. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed did they earn throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends on the Jalen Richard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out come the Patriots. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland. Start your week by installing your game plan.